A Square Podcast, your boy DJ A-Rod alongside my brother, as always, Corn Breezy. We here. Another episode. Episode 168. It's crazy out here, man. This has been a wonderful, wonderful week of sports. And we gonna dive into it, baby. Antonio, how are you, man? How's everything going? What's new? What's cracking?
Hey, what up, man? What up, world? Hey,
we starting off laughing. I'm sure that you're laughing for your reasons.
Hey, man.
And I'm laughing for mine.
hey, man. First off, I don't like people talking about my fights, bro. That's first off. That's first and foremost. The listener out there who listened to the last episode.
Hey,
man, don't
rest
talk
in
about my
peace to the
fights.
chick that was laying down.
Hey, all facts. I ain't lied to y'all one time on 168 episodes. I ain't lied to y'all one time, bro. All facts, but thanks for the continued listeners, bro. It's always great when you got people sending you messages, man. Hey, listening to this episode. I like what y'all talk about this, or they disagree with something.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I got the notification. Make sure y'all subscribe to www.asquaredpodcast.com. They get we send out the weekly notification too. So it's good, man. Good. Like I said, last episode was good vibes, man. So we wanted to put that out in the universe, but I'm chilling, man.
I like good vibes, bro.
Ooh.
I like good vibes, man. You named last week's episode.
Uh-oh. What we doing?
I'm naming this one.
Okay.
Selective Outrage.
Bro, that's a fact.
I'm starting it there. But I'm going to start a little bit different, though.
Okay.
Somebody might hear that and think, oh, y'all finna start out with the top headlines. No. Spice it up.
Okay.
I'm going to spice it up with Wrestlemania, bro. Let's get it. Here we go, babe. First of all, let's give a round of applause.
How old is Snoop Dogg, bro?
No. We not even, let's not start there,
All right,
though.
you go. This is your show. Go ahead,
there.
bro. I'm chilling.
Let's not start there.
I'm chilling.
Okay. So, number one, I'm sure you heard this name before. He comes from a historic bloodline. Roman Reigns. Sure you heard that name before, right?
I have.
Roman Reigns, he's obviously on his way to Hollywood himself. He's already played in a couple movies, some shows, so on and so forth. People out there who might not know, he's The Rock's cousin. They come from the same bloodline, the same Samoan family. Antonio, Roman Reigns has been the champion of WWE, formerly from where we come from, WWF, for 3 years.
Okay.
Nobody has come close, bro. Listen, they give, the Undertaker, he went 28-0 or whatever it is in WrestleMania. All right, that's cute. That's cute. He wasn't a champion, though. This dude been a champion for 3 years.
Okay.
So, Roman Reigns is about to fight a guy who also has a storyline, goes by the name of Cody Rhodes. I think it's Dustin Rhodes' son, passed away, whatnot. It's a storyline there, is my point to the people. I ain't no wrestling major. I'm just telling y'all that the storylines were there.
Right.
The only reason why I clicked on this is because it was a great day in sports. There was championships everywhere. Basketball championships, wrestling championships. Let's watch it, bro. Let's see what's going on. Roman Reigns is wrestling this dude. And I said, this is it. He got to lose, right? Because, you champion for 3 years. You're on your way to stardom. You're on your way to Hollywood. You got to lose. He wins. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
Something ain't right here, bro. So I keep watching. I'm watching everything. I know that's the main event, but I'm fast forwarding you guys a little bit because I want you guys to understand that was the main event, but leading up to that, it was a lot more stories going into this. the first big story was Triple H and Stephanie McMahon had taken over wrestling for a while.
Yep.
Because there was allegations of Vince McMahon paying off a few women or whatever, allegedly, for a sexual.
Yep.
Exactly. So he stepped down.
Yep.
But we always forget about things like that, when it comes to certain people. Either we forget about it or they just mysteriously stop talking about it, right?
Right.
About a month ago, I got an alert on my phone. Antonio said Vince McMahon is returning as CEO and writer of wrestling and whatnot. I'm like, that's weird. How do you usually in today's time when somebody gets accused of allegations, there's some type of factual things that come out.
Definitely canceled.
Canceled, bro. You out of here, bro. Get them out. Sell your team, sell whatever it is. You out of here, right?
Yep.
Vince McMahon is back. I'm thinking, man, something's going on. Then I said, wait a second. Why is Shane McMahon in wrestling right now? Where did he come? He's returning after some injury or whatever, so he gets in. I'm sitting there, I'm with my wife, I'm with the kid, bro. We watching this shit. I see Shane McMahon in the ring with a guy, The Miz. They start arguing, they start fighting, whatever. Shane McMahon looked good for a guy our age, but a little older than us now. You know what I'm saying? He looked good. He jumping around doing all kinds of stuff. He doesn't move. I said, I think he really hurt himself. She says, see, there you go. You believe everything they want you to believe, don't you? I said, no, it looks like he really hurt himself. Because he jumped up and he came down hard. And he fell. And I said, now what are they going to do? Because now all you have is The Miz in wrestling, which is a guy formerly known from the real world. We watch him growing up. It's cool. He's living out his dream, right? So he's circling around, and then I hear, hey, Shane, you good, bro? It's some things that we're not supposed to hear as, like the fans that are front row, you'll hear that, right? We should never hear that, right, Antonio?
Yeah, facts.
He said, Shane, you good, bro? I said, he's hurt. She said, oh, what's Snoop Dogg gonna do? I hear, I said, did you hear that? She said, what did he say? Snoop Dogg hits The Miz, knocks him down. I said, okay, Snoop finna wrestle, whatever. Maybe Shane's not hurt. Snoop starts doing moves, bro.
He did the people's elbow.
He does the people's elbow in slow motion, y'all.
Bro.
Now listen, to the people out there, you got to give him credit because what Snoop, he's got to be pushing 60, bro.
I'm about to say, bro, he's old as shit.
You got to give him credit. Okay, so he does a move, pins him, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Round of applause for Snoop, bro.
No. Boo that man.
No, I'm giving a round of applause. And I'm going to tell you why.
Boo this man, bro.
I'm going to tell you why. Here's why. Shane McMahon tore his quad.
Okay.
Right there. Mm-hmm. There was no plan B. Antonio, Snoop improvised that entire thing.
Okay. I like that.
Nobody said to do a people's elbow.
And can I...
Please.
After he pinned him, this dude got up and start crip walking, bro. This is...
But here's what I'm saying, though. I gave him the round of applause, Antonio, because he improvised the situation.
That is good.
Number one, he wasn't supposed to be in the ring. He was hosting. Number two, that show must go on, bro. Like, they cut the camera to him and got Shane out of there with a real, you know what I'm saying, injury. Mm-hmm. He saved the day, bro. I know people might look at it like it's wrestling, but for the fact that a rapper that is a legendary rapper, dog, literally improvised the situation and did what he did was incredible. I cannot be mad.
Okay.
I want to give him a round of applause for that. I did. But I must continue, Antonio.
I'm listening.
The story must go on.
I'm listening.
I want to go back to when I said that Vince McMahon is back. And he took over for his son-in-law, who is Triple H, who was the writer and creator now after he stepped down. Stephanie, his daughter, stepped down because she didn't want him to come back. It's too much hot. It's too much heat. Right?
Right.
Ego. He comes back. The very next morning, I wake up in the morning, I look at my phone. WWE partners with Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Endeavor owns UFC.
Mm-hmm.
This was a $21 billion deal. $21 billion deal.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the spokesperson for UFC? Dana White.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio, just several episodes, what did we have? Dana White getting in a situation, right?
Domestic.
And we said, man,
with his wife.
Why ain't nobody outraged?
Mm-hmm.
Am I cooking or not, bro?
Let's go down this rabbit hole, man.
I'm saying Dana White, one of the biggest figures, literally beat his wife on camera.
New Year's.
On New Year's. We heard about it for 6 minutes.
Yep.
And we didn't hear anything else. Vince McMahon, we heard about that situation. We heard about that for 8 minutes, and that's it. To the people out there, I'm saying all this is because we're outraged about something else right now, but the outrage should be right here. Because this was big business, and they were able to keep it quiet, and nobody's talking about it. But on the A Square podcast, I'm here to talk, bro.
I love
it. When it comes to the money game, when it comes to the billions, everybody stays in power somehow. But then when there's other people, they got to get let go. They got to get whatever the case may be, criticized, and we keep talking about it for days, weeks, months, whatever it is. And here we are in this situation. Your thoughts?
I agree with you. I think. Like you said, that's a microcosm of sports, bro, of society. It's always going to be, let's say nepotism is the word that people use, but it's just the rich stay richer and the poor stay poor, man. There's always a separation. The longer we get to the future of life, that it's kind of who you know. It's getting away from what you know, because people are creating new jobs on what they're creating, but the staple jobs, who do you know up there? What's going to get you in the door? Who's going to get you that internship? Who's going to get you that, all right, you do this shadow program or whatever that is, or who are you dating? Yeah. How many followers you got? You ain't got what talent you got? I don't know. I got 3 million people following me. All right, that's a talent. Cool. What?
That is a talent.
What? Hold on. What? How am I talking about? How's that the talent? What? This dude David Blaine is drowning himself. But you got 3 million followers. Like how, so I agree with you on selective outrage, and I'm sure we're gonna talk about more with it, man.
It's very interesting. Congratulations to them for the deal. I think the deal is amazing, because how many UFC stars do you see that can sell a fight and be losing? Conor McGregor. This dude has lost like three or four of the last 4 or 5 fights he's lost, and yet he would be the biggest star in wrestling if he was to move over. He'd be one of the biggest stars. Like that I like the avenue. I like what they're doing. It's interesting to me that the powers that be are still the powers that be, when in the NBA or in the NFL, I'm sure you just saw what just happened with, I think it's the Arizona Cardinals now, the owner of them or whatnot. He just got some allegations today, and it's ugly. He'll be selling. He'll be selling, because this.
How much money I got? I'll buy it.
No.
I got like $10.
All right. Well, shit. You can start the bid right now. Whatever you want to do. But,
I'll start
yeah, it's just very interesting when it comes to that. So, like I said, this is the first time I watched wrestling in years. And probably the reason why is because it was on Peacock, which is something I subscribe to. So if somebody could just click on, see what's going on, it's cool, right? But this was I say congratulations to wrestling because this is their biggest WrestleMania ever. And to me, by watching it, somebody who hasn't watched wrestling in a very long time, it was very entertaining, Antonio. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very entertaining. The women wrestlers were amazing. I mean, there's been times, you see them jump off the top rope. We jump off the top rope. You jump off the cage. You see all that stuff. But the way they were doing their moves, choreography, whatever you want to call it, everybody performed amazing.
So I'm to the listeners on here, right? So I'm glad this is well, we talked about microcosms. This is a microcosm of me and Aaron and how we treat other things, right?
Yeah.
Aaron is very open to new stuff. Not activities or stuff like that, but just new opportunities, right? Wrestling we used to watch as a kid, but he'll watch it now and be, all right, that's great. I'm going to give it for what they're showing me. I'm going to judge them off of that, right?
I'm going to try.
I'm the old head, bro. When it comes to music, bro. If it's 100 of y'all, 2 of y'all might make it to my title account, man. I'm going to keep listening to, right?
Facts.
Because I'm so old school that I'm very loyal. So it's very hard for you to outdo that. And I'm the same with wrestling, right? Like I grew up with Stone Cold, Goldberg, Low-key The Rock came later. So I got Sting, Undertaker, Mankind. Like these are the people. DDP, that's what I'm saying. So Triple H, like you said, X-Pac, Kane. I could go for days on those wrestlers.
Yeah.
I just named 10 people.
Yeah.
You can't give me one new person I would care about, bro. I don't care. Even if they did a quadruple flip in the air in this amount, I'd be like, all right, we're all right. But it ain't better than the moves that I used to see. So I envy that you can watch that and be entertained. Because to me, I'd be like, this shit is ass, bro.
Yeah. I know how you are when it comes to music, bro.
Yeah,
and
man.
I want to segue to that too.
Antonio, let's stay with sports real quick before you. Go ahead.
This is quick.
All right, go ahead.
This is quick.
Go.
I need somebody close to this situation to call Quavo from the Migos and tell him time's up. Don't rap no more.
What you mean?
Tell Quavo to put the pen down, the mic down.
Dang, he washed?
No, bro. I have no problem with giving somebody who's been rapping for a minute. I got no problem with giving you, 3 to 4. For me, you get an album or you get 3 to 4 songs after whatever devastation you go through, bro.
Bro, don't do this, bro.
Nope.
Don't do this.
Nope. You get the same love that everybody else get, bro. I'm here to hold everybody. You know how we're not going to talk about Donald Trump today. You want to know why? Because you said several episodes, everybody gets indicted.
Did I lie?
Everybody gets indicted, right? We're not going to keep on sitting there talking about Quavo or the Migos, bro.
This man got 34 felonies cases, and they finna give him a $20,000 fine, bro. It don't matter.
Everybody falls off.
Yeah, facts.
Quavo is over. You're a good basketball player.
No,
you go out there and do celebrity basketball with Chris Brown and the rest of them. Y'all create a league or get in a league, do whatever you want to do. Don't rap no more. And the only reason why I'm not giving him any credit for his song, number one, is ass. I gotta say what it is.
Damn,
it is. It's ass. It's ass, bro. And number two, if you say in the song, I don't want to hear no more, I'm sorry for your loss. Now I ain't got no. Hey, it's ass.
There you go.
Now Offset, drop the song. Shit's good. So, but for him, hey, good luck. Now we can go back to sports.
I like it, man.
Now we can go back to sports.
And I don't even know what song you're talking about, because once again, those are people in new categories. I don't listen to them.
Antonio.
It is what it is, bro.
I do. I'll listen to them.
So first, I would like
We
to
here
say,
for the headlines. Let's get it.
I would like to say congrats to UConn men basketball team. You know, they got their 5th win. Balling. They blew out everybody they played against in the men tournament. But guess what? I don't care. They is not the hottest ticket anymore, and I love it. Let's talk about these women out here. These women. I love women. Let's talk about them, bro. First off, I think, like you said, so people are biased. Selective outrage and people are biased, bro. I love good sports.
Period.
I don't care who it is, what it is. I'm an equal opportunity. If you are the best plumber, let me see you work. Go. I'm watching. You the best cricket player? Go. Somebody asked me, hey, man, I really don't watch basketball, but what, if I want to learn, what would I watch? I said, watch women's basketball. If you want to learn how to play basketball, fundamentals, women. Men, we don't have no fundamentals because we have athleticism. Not saying women don't have athleticism, but we rely on our athleticism all day.
We thrive on
We make up for our non-fundamentals and non-IQ with athleticism, right? Yeah. That's why you have people with 43-inch verticals don't never see the court. They made the team, but they can't play basketball, right? So women, if you want to learn how to play basketball, watch the women game. So I've always watched women's basketball. It's not entertaining, but they cook. Good players, right? Now, over the weekend, you had Iowa. You had Clark, who was a monster. You know what I'm saying? Hitting threes. They call her the female Curry, and she's a monster.
I hate that. The female this or the white that.
That's true.
Or,
that's true.
And I'm talking about it, and I'm not just speaking on her. I'm saying that anything. It's like, oh, yeah, he's the black Tom Brady or this. Like, I don't like it. But I get why they do it.
And let me go down this rabbit hole, DJ. So just bear with me.
Yep.
So I love Clark, right? Cooking this year. Angela Reese, LSU, cooking this year, double all year. Them two, the reason why I love them is because they talk trash. If anybody knows me, that's what I love to do. I've gotten so many technicals for talking to cheerleaders, opponents, refs, coaches, players, my teammates. I'm talking filthy to everybody, bro. I don't care. But you have to be good if you're going to talk crazy. And those two are beasts. So let's say I didn't know the backstory. Females talking trash. They better talk trash. Like, what you mean? Because I'm a competitor. People didn't know the backstory, and they had selective outrage with people talking trash, which is bananas to me. Why are you having different standards for men and women? Talking trash should be talking trash. Now, what adds to that is you don't watch women basketball to know the history of how we got here, right? So I'm watching Louisville play. I'm just gonna say Maryland. I don't know who it was. You got two girls about to curse each other out in the line, the handshake line. Right. I love it. You have Clark with Iowa giving people that you can't see me. I ain't guarding you. Shut up, you down 15 points to Louisville. I love that shit. You have Angela Reese on LSU giving the people that they too small. Where my ring at? She actually pulled out a Sharpie and drew a ring on her finger. Games before. Iowa did the unthinkable to beat South Carolina, bro.
Facts.
They were undefeated last year, or I think they
won last
one
year.
game. They won last year, but I think they might have lost one or two games. But this year they're undefeated. They beat the Goliath, right?
Yeah.
But then they went against LSU. Now they're going back and forth, and everybody's doing the same thing. So I'm going down the rabbit hole of what I want to say on, because we have solutions on the A Square podcast, bro.
We do.
So them talking trash, I love it. I don't ever disrespect women. First off, they could do the same thing that men could do and better.
Facts.
But there's one problem that the women's game does not have, and we're going to get to how to fix it. When you watch football, DJ, Do you want to see touchdowns or first downs?
Touchdowns, bro. You want to see touchdowns.
When you watch baseball, do you want to see home runs or singles and doubles?
You want to see home runs.
Okay. When you watch basketball, do you want to see layups or you want to see dunks and threes?
Dunks and threes all day. That's what you want to do.
Okay.
Right.
This is a huge problem in women basketball. Just women basketball. Not women's sports, women basketball. They are missing a key part of the entertainment, and that's dunking, right? Threes all day. They don't have dunking. So I don't understand why we acknowledge that women are, let's say, shorter, smaller hands. They give them a smaller basketball than men, right? They're already saying the women's basketball is smaller than men, and the women are cool with that. They ain't never said, no, give us the same basketball. But they're playing on the same rim. So we need to lower the rim. If we're going to say women are going to have lesser or smaller, lower the rim. And that should be across the board. Middle school, high school, college, WNBA. So these women are 6'5", 6'6", bro. These ain't no spring chickens. Right? These females will really cook you on the court, bro. Don't think you're going to walk up to a WNBA player and think it's sweet.
No.
If we could lower the rim by a couple inches, just by that, now you finna see oops between the legs. I'm telling you, that will take the female game to a whole nother stratosphere, bro.
It's a solution.
To me, that's the solution
option.
where it's missing
option.
it.
Yeah.
Now that will bring more people to watch, this was the number one sports, event for women of all time in the NCAA, which is phenomenal. But next year, will it be better? The year after, will it be better? No, let's take that momentum, make the game a little bit better, right? Lower the rim so that you can see way more highlights. And hopefully that will bring people to know the history of the sport and follow and have favorite players. Because I never heard a boy say that's my favorite player as a female. And that's a problem.
Until close to now. Yeah.
Close to now. But you always hear girls say, oh, I love Kevin Durant. Right? They always do the cross on that way, but not the reverse way. Now, if you see in these girls like Clark and Angela and all them doing it, you'll have little kids looking up to them. And they dunking, doing all these highlights. That's a solution to me, DJ. So I'm good.
So I'll disagree on lowering the rim.
Okay.
What I will say is that we need some storylines.
Okay.
This is what we needed. This is what the college women's basketball needed. This is what the WNBA needed. This is what women's sports need. What just happened is what they need. They need to give us something to care about.
But why? Why?
Because we care about that when it comes to men's sports all across the board. When you watch a boxing match, what do they show before the boxing match? They show the whole storyline of how this match came about. Why this match is so significant to any other fight. When you watch basketball, you say, well, Draymond's talking trash to Dylan Brooks. Ain't a person ever heard of Dylan Brooks outside of Memphis, bro. They have not. It's a storyline. It's LeBron coming in as the face and the image of the NBA to be the next Michael Jordan. While Kobe is in there. You know what I'm saying? There's a storyline. There's something to it. The reason why the NBA went amazing, like the numbers went amazing, everything started building up, is because of Magic and Bird, bro. If it wasn't for Magic and Bird and them having that, unfortunately, it was a racial undertone. You know what I'm saying? If you will, you could say Bird was the biggest ish talker, you know what I'm saying, in the history. People could argue that, right? Magic versus Bird started in college. It went to the NBA and it flourished. You know what I'm saying? And we use those storylines to tell the tale of the tape. That's kind of what we do. But we don't do that when it comes to women's sports.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because women are told, no, that's not ladylike. Don't do that because you're not being ladylike. You need to tone it down a little bit. I think that's the major problem.
So that doesn't sound like storyline then. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like it does, because if you look at where we've come to this particular moment with these two particular teams and these two particular players, the storyline and the narrative was created, I think, a week or two prior, when Angel Reese and a couple of her teammates went live on Instagram, and they were talking about college basketball and the girls who they respect and they like. And Angel said, yeah, Caitlin's good, but I don't like her. She said, I don't like her. No, she thinks she tough. She ain't tough. She get on the court, she act like that, she do such and such and such, and I don't like her, and she ain't doing that against me. A week after, so that started it. This is what we didn't know, though. That started it. The week after, game before, Caitlin left a player on South Carolina wide open and waved her off.
But I did know that, though. Oh, you saying like the average fan didn't know?
The average person didn't know.
Correct. Okay.
So for the average person, when they saw her wave her off, we think, oh, they just did that to Russell Westbrook. That ain't nothing. Like, Russ can't shoot. If she does this, it is what it is. We don't look at it like a big deal. She does the "You Can't See Me," the Tony Ayo, John Cena, whatever y'all want to call it. She does this. We don't pay attention to it because the outsiders weren't watching this. But like you said.
But why is that? That's what I'm getting to.
Because there isn't. The entertainment value, I think it's the entertainment value almost. It's almost like this, Antonio. How many games would you want to watch of the San Antonio Spurs, bro? Even when they were at their top, they were the greatest bounce pass team you've ever seen in your life. Mm-hmm. But during that time, you had Kobe winning the dunk contest. You had Kevin Garnett. You had, superstars, and they didn't even have superstars. They won 5 championships. People look at them. Do they really look at San Antonio as a dynasty like they look at other teams that won during that time?
I get what you're saying, but you're also comparing the NBA to college female basketball.
But I think that's fair. It has a place to start, though, is what I'm saying. I know we've been doing college women's sports for so long, but I think this is the beginning. I think this is what we needed to get the engine started almost.
So I'm not arguing what you're saying. I mean, I think I agree with it. But I think it's bigger pieces to that as well, because they've had phenomenal females in college. This engine has been started before.
Yeah. But sometimes you need a fire,
You just have Brittany Griner just left and she's been dunking. Come on, Diana Taurasi. We had UConn winning for 5 years straight undefeated. This engine has already started and it fizzles out.
I think you're talking about a few players and a few dominant teams. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not just looking at UConn. We're not just looking at UConn's been winning women's championship. We're not looking at what is the other couple other teams that's been out there?
Tennessee,
Tennessee, Texas. Like there are teams,
Baylor,
but you got a few teams. A few teams. The rest of the teams in there, that Duke. Duke is going to. Duke is going to Final Four. North Carolina is going to the Final Four. That. But we haven't ever talked about LSU in women's sports like this.
No, that's a fact. That's their first championship. So I guess my argument is I'm trying to convert the average
game.
fan.
I think you're saying
yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's about the game.
I don't care about we need to. Why did they just make baseball? Why did they give the pitchers a time limit now?
Right.
Because the games were going 5 hours long, bro. They're losing viewership.
Yeah.
Can we improve the game? Now it's a shot clock. Yeah. Now there's bigger bases where it's less that they can run, and you can really tell if the runner is safe or out now, right? They're trying to improve the game, and this is in the MLB. I'm trying to improve women's basketball because I don't understand, why do we already – going into the game, we're giving the women a smaller basketball. Why?
Well, because if you go to a university of If you go to a university basketball game, you're going to see the greatest missed layups you've ever seen in your life, bro.
So that's what I'm saying.
here to put the truth out. I know it's not a popular thing to say, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful to anybody. But the product of sports has to be good. And I think you're right. The engine is started. The engine been started, right? But I think sometimes a little fire will kick everything up. Antonio, yes. I was more interested at 2 p.m. to watch that game.
That's another thing
than I have ever watched in college in women's college basketball. Now you have to ask yourself why is that? I was interested in Caitlin and how she cooks and how she does this and how she be walking through the layup line with that attitude, with that, you know what I'm saying, with that swag almost. You know what I'm saying? I was interested in her. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know who Angel Reese was. I had no idea. And that could be said to my own, to my own fault.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't know every basketball player. It's fine. I just want, like I said, I want the women's sport to be viewed as this is entertainment.
Sure.
That's what it's under. Entertainment. The LLC is entertainment.
Yeah.
You have to be entertaining.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good the basketball is if it's not entertaining.
But they have to be entertaining too.
No. I agree. It's a whole package, bro.
It's a whole package. That's fair.
It's a whole package. So if we're already consciously saying that the women's basketball is smaller because they're women, then let's do everything else to adjust to that so that they can have the same opportunities as men.
I got
they can go between the legs just like men. They could do 360s. They could throw oops. Yeah. Give them the same chance. So now you can get more people over there like, hey,
for the entertainment
Reese, did you see
action.
her dunk on somebody?
Yeah.
That's what I want to happen so that the average viewer can go over there.
So to me, it sounds like you're agreeing with Jill Biden that, Iowa need to go there too.
Absolutely not. I'm not. Bro, what? Losers? Ew. Bro, my son better never bring home a Constellation trophy. I'd be mad, bro. What? He better be pissed off. To the listeners out there, I'm going to tell y'all a story, bro. I don't even know if Aaron know this, bro.
Go.
This is middle school. I was probably the best player. In the middle school, you really don't do state. You do in track and stuff, but not in football. But I was the best player in the region. And in the region had about 10 or 11 schools. I'm the best player. Antonio. Cornbread. 2 straight years, I was the best player. We lost in a championship 2 straight years. We got second. I'm crying because we got second, bro. Everybody looking at me like, what the fuck? Like this too? And I'm looking at y'all like, what you mean? Y'all ain't crying?
Yeah.
That means to me, you don't want it, bro.
That's how it should be.
That's how I look like I'm tripping and I'm the best player. I'm crying. I'm hurt. We didn't win that shit, bro. That's the standard, bro. I don't care. That's my standard. But love women basketball. You have Paige coming back, who is a cooker from UConn. She tore her ACL. She is coming back, and I talked about her. She was the first one to get a Nike contract for females. First one. Paige coming back. You got Angela Reese coming back from LSU. You got Clark coming back from Iowa.
From Iowa, yeah.
And you got your girl coming back from
South Carolina.
South
Carolina.
No. She's going.
A couple girls from South Carolina are
but
coming back.
Not the main player. She's going number one draft pick. But the white chick from Louisville, the trash talker.
I like her too. So
this is what you said. This is just start the engine, which is good.
This makes me happy.
Good.
I can't wait. Good. I cannot wait for next year's NCAA. Just the season to start.
I'm about to say the season.
So I can see the whole season.
Let's watch the whole season.
I'm on it. But this is the first time I'm on it. Antonio, I ain't watched 30 seconds of that men's championship.
So let's dive deeper into that. You got, and I'm glad you said this, Aaron. You said 2:00 on a Sunday, you was invested.
Antonio, I had snacks. It was like Super Bowl Sunday to me for one person.
So why is that? Where you have female sports was the highest viewed at 2 p.m. on a Sunday.
I'm telling you.
Why is men's sport on a Monday night at 9 p.m.? Why?
But hasn't it been?
Yes. Why?
It's prime time.
It's not prime time. When is the Super Bowl?
Sundays is prime time. But I mean, if you look at the NCAA, it's always been historically great numbers.
No,
historically great numbers.
But it could be better, is what I'm saying. Why
I can tell you why it's not. I can tell you why it's not.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not. The reason why it's not is because the players are being able to leave. They're leaving after the first year. So to me, when it comes to college sports, we look forward to the Duke versus the North Carolinas. We look forward to, not just the powerhouses, but even the underdog, the Davidsons and the, whoever. We look forward to
San
those.
Diego State showed
Come
up.
on, bro.
FAU showed up. They should have won that too. So
Come on,
you're right.
facts. But we look forward to the storylines. We kind of look forward to those things. And I feel like with these players, either A, optioning out to leave after high school, they just join the G League because they bypassing, college. They just go to the G League, or they go play 1 year, play against a player that they're going to play in the NBA with, and it's over. You got the coaches who we're so used to seeing, Coach K, Bill Self, we're so used to seeing historical great coaches. The only reason why the NCAA football hasn't fell off or slowed down is because they're not allowing players to just leave immediately or bypass, college. But I think we're falling in a situation where, unfortunately, I did San Diego State. That's cool, but it's just not the same storyline. It's just it's almost like watching who are these people, period. There isn't even their star ain't they star.
I can see that. I can see that argument because the Cowboys versus the Raiders or Cowboys versus whoever, like Green Bay, is going to sell more tickets than Jacksonville versus Houston. Right?
Jacksonville fans gonna show up.
No, that's true.
Jacksonville fans gonna show up, but that's not filling up half the stadium either. You know what I mean? So I think if you take the worst of, I hate to say the worst, but like the worst of it, it's not selling the product. And I think it would sell the product if the players
and placement too, though, because we know, like when we're in podcast business, right?
Yeah, we
know if we drop an episode, let's say a Tuesday morning. It might not do as well compared to, let's say, a Thursday night, right? Yeah. So we also got to see. Let's try it out. Let's have that championship game on a Sunday night. Yeah. See what the viewership is.
Like if the championship for the women's was
Saturday,
2:00,
or have them both the same day. They in two different locations. Yeah, run them back to back and see what that looks like. Because people, bro, East Coast is getting cooked up with these games, bro.
And I know that from you, because you tell me you go to sleep on your favorite team.
Oh yeah, I ain't going. Other than the Colts, I'm not watching nothing. If it's the Colts, I'll take the L and take the sleep and miss the sleep. But other than that, I ain't watching none of that. But like some people from West Coast still at work, they gotta hurry up and get the traffic to watch the game. So it's like we're doing it. Maybe the timing of it, could be better. So I don't know.
Change up. Nonetheless, I want to say shout out to women's sports in general.
Facts.
And I say that in general because, to be honest with you, last year was the first year that I watched women's golf. Okay. I was like, this is extremely competitive. So I'm just excited for women. I love when I talk to a woman and they tell me, I wish we had, such and such and da-da-da. Like now we're here. And I just hope nobody drops the ball on it. But I do want to give a mention to Dawn Staley. Okay. Before we leave this topic, I want to give a mention to her because she said some incredible thing. I'm going to play a small clip from her press conference after her loss.
She's a South Carolina coach.
Absolutely.
For the past couple of years. Yep.
Former player in the WNBA, one of the first.
Beast. And She's so bad too, bro.
So, bro, can you stop? See, you can't keep sexualizing these.
Who sexualized her? Did I lie? I don't understand. See, I'm the lie now? This is crazy.
The truth about our team, okay? It's a good question, okay? We're not bar fighters. We're not thugs. We're not monkeys. We're not street fighters. This team exemplifies how you need to approach basketball on the court and off the court. And I do think that that's sometimes brought into the game. And it hurts. Okay. And I do think that some of I'm gonna say it because I said I was gonna say it, whether we lost or whether we won. Some of the people in the media, when you're gathering in public, you're saying things about our team and you're being heard and it's being brought back to me. Okay. And these are the people that write nationally for our sport. So you can not like our team. Okay. You can not like me. But when you say things that you probably should be saying in your home, on the phone, or texting out in public, and you're being heard, and you are a national writer for our sport, it just confirms what we already know.
And I'm going to stop it right there. You guys can feel free to go to YouTube and watch it. It's like a 2-minute, 50-second clip. I wanted to put that out there because they were categorized prior to their game against Iowa as
the
thugs.
Defending champs.
As thugs.
The defending champs.
As thugs.
The defending champs.
There were people that called them monkeys.
Undefeated defending champs.
I hate when we have to come on our podcast. Well, we are responsible on this podcast, whether it's your opinion, my opinion, or we both agree or disagree. We are responsible. And when I hear stuff that I was hearing about them, being that they from the South, it was sad to hear. And that's why I chose to name this episode Selective Outrage. Because again, we saw Caitlin Clark do everything that Angel Reese did in a matter of hours. And there was no media at all saying anything about a thug. And you know what? I'm also going to say this. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to take your words and I'm going to make it his name. Fuck boy. For calling LSU and Angel Reese pieces of shit. I ain't even going to take a second to name what platform this person is from or nothing, because they don't deserve that. But to call them pieces of shit, the same person that called them hood chicks, nappy-headed people, it's sad, bro. And I just want to make sure that I highlighted that because I thought that was important. Because Dawn, not only did she speak, from her heart, she lost. She said, man, they played better than us. They won. She didn't complain about Caitlin waving her people off or none of that. She said, no, we lost. They were the better team tonight. Isn't that what it's about?
That's what it should be about.
But unfortunately, it's not. For some people. And I just wanted to make sure I highlighted that because I thought that it was important to do. So shout out to Dawn Staley. Shout out to the rest of the women.
She's not bad.
Keep going.
I'll just do the opposite. Yeah. She doesn't look good.
No, she bad, bro.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, she is. She
Don't
is.
do that. Don't do
I
that.
remember her hooping back in the day. I was
Don't
like,
do that. Don't do
it's
that.
always a female one.
Man, last thing, man, I
What
got,
you
bro.
got, dog?
I want to talk about credit, bro.
Please do.
Not credit as in Cornbread's credit. Not credit as DJ credit. I want to talk about USA credit, bro.
It's up. It's
The
up.
U.S. is in debt $34 trillion.
I'm so glad you're talking about this because
And
I
I've
need you.
said
I need
that,
you.
and I've said that before on the platform. America ain't shit, bro. We don't make shit. We don't do shit.
Well,
we
no,
steal
wait,
shit.
Hey. You got to relax. Now,
Okay.
trucks.
Are we Potter?
Trucks. We
We
can
don't-
get a goddamn American truck done now.
America don't make shit. We don't do shit. We steal shit. That's what we do. That's America right there. We're so in debt that other countries like,
Y'all should.
why we got $5 with a Lincoln on it? Who is Lincoln? That's what they say. Who is Lincoln? I don't even speak English. I don't even know who this guy is. So, in the past week, if you have not heard, Saudi Arabia, you got Russia, Mother Russia. I think you got either Nigeria or somewhere in Africa. And the biggest
South Africa.
it's somewhere, yeah.
I think it's South Africa, China.
And then you got the biggest and baddest one of them all, China.
Yep.
They ain't dealing with U.S. currency no more. So I don't know if they're gonna make their own currency or they gonna create their own little union.
No, they said that. No, they said that.
But that's what I'm
they can
saying.
make a currency that makes
They're
sense.
not coming to America no more. America makes wheat and corn. How are we competing with the $34 trillion that we owe the person? The biggest population, a country with all missiles and a president who ready to shoot at any time. Oil, Saudi Arabia, and Africa, who has all of the diamonds, all of the gold, all of the silver, all of the cocaine, all of the coffee, all of the.
Mexico.
What does
would beg
Africa
to
not
differ.
have?
Mexico would beg to differ with
Bro,
that.
Mexico got avocados. Stop it. Stop the cap. Come on, bro. These people got everything. We got cotton. We'll see what we do with that in the war then. How about that? So, hey.
I hate to say it, but I love to say it. Can I say something?
We pod.
Trump told us this 3.5 years ago, bro.
This isn't looking good for America,
saying
bro.
they keep saying the whole saying for the past 2 years is two things can be right at the same time, right? You can go to jail and you can be right.
You can go to jail and be the nicest person on the block. It don't
That's
matter. You still can get locked up.
Trump told us this right here, what I'm seeing is already in motion. Everybody said, not America.
This is not good, bro. The average American barely speaks English.
The average American.
The average American barely speaks English.
And what did we say several pods ago? When you went to Colombia, there was somebody that said, y'all don't speak English? As if they were supposed to. We just assume that everybody's supposed to know what we know.
In other countries, the average person speaks 2 to 3 languages.
We can't even learn Spanish, right, bro?
I'm not making this up. This is a fact. We behind the 8 ball already.
It's a wrap, bro.
This is not good for America.
No, that's
we gotta
definitely.
do better.
I wish. What I'd like to do is try to get somebody on here that can really go in depth You know what I'm saying about that? Because we know a little bit. We don't know everything. And it's like, it's ugly, bro. When you got the big head, when you got everybody saying, hey, fuck, we need. When
the gig is up.
When the realizers start realizing.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
The gig is up, America.
That's it. I got.
It's ugly, bro.
I got one more. I won't say controversial, but I think it's something that we haven't really ever talked about. So before we get out of here, I'll talk to you briefly about it, and then we'll leave it to the listeners to chime in, and then we'll go back on this when we come back. Antonio, who do you think is the greatest rap record label of all time?
You want my bias?
Please, whatever you want to do. It's your world, bro.
I'm gonna say Rockefeller. What you mean? That's
okay.
That's
Why?
my biased answer.
Why? Okay, all right, cool.
That's there's no logic behind it. I don't care.
Because it's greatest
They
rapper.
have Jay-Z.
It's the greatest rapper, yeah.
So to me, that's gonna be it. But if I had to step back from Antonio and argue something, I would say I think Death Row is up there. Aftermath, and then I would say probably Bad Boys. So those would be my three that I would argue. I don't know who's better than who, but I would do my research on. I don't think Rockefeller's in those categories. But you asking Cornbread, Rockefeller. That's what I grew up. That's what I still listen to this day. So that's my answer.
So I have to think about it before I ask you this.
Okay.
Because I really want the listeners to think about it and chime in. When you think rap labels, you always think those. Aftermath, of course. You always Rockefeller, Death Row, like you said. But you know what somebody don't never throw in there, though? Cash Money. And I have to think about it. And realistically, after everything, there is no record label outside of Aftermath that is competing with Cash Money to this day. And the reason why I say that is because Cash Money started Birdman, Wayne, Turk,
Juvie.
Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and they evolved into Young Money. Young Money took the reins. Hey, you got Lil Wayne at the top, Drake, Nicki,
Tyga,
and that story keeps going. To this day, right now, Young Money is still providing artists that are making hits to this day.
Okay.
Aftermath would be my 1B. Because obviously you had Dre and his successful, then you had Eminem. Eminem brought along 50 Cent. I mean, these are rock stars.
Kendrick Lamar.
Mega star. Now you're at Kendrick Lamar. And they're also, then Kendrick has his, his people too.
The Big Steppers.
Come on now. Like it's continuing a reign, if you will. I don't see. And I tried to look back. None of those other labels continue to reign. They had a short run. They had a run, and that was it. And those are the only two. I say 1A and 1B because Rockefeller, I mean, come on, bro. Beanie Siegel, Beans should have been the guy. Freeway was there. They had the Young Guns.
Memphis Bleak.
Come on, bro.
Jay-Z.
They had the people to do it. But was Rockefeller
Well, you had
with Jay-Z?
you had the Dipsets. I mean, they had the people.
But Dipset, to me, even though they were signed, it was almost like they weren't. It was like a weird situation, if you will. A weird situation. But even if they were, I feel like those other people outside of Hove, they had to make other moves, bro. Like Cam had to do other things to establish Cam. Jewels had to do other things to establish, you know what I'm saying, Jewels. Like, they had to do other things. And I don't feel like that. I feel like there was a wonderful run, but once Rockefeller ended, it ended.
I agree.
And I feel like, to this day, Cash Money is, I'm going to say this. It might make you mad, bro. It might make you mad. Jay-Z's God verse was not the greatest verse of all. It was not the greatest verse, bro. It was good.
It wasn't. Why would that make me mad?
It was hot for the first 30 seconds.
It wasn't. I recited
But I think you said that.
Shit.
I think you said that. I think you
Yeah.
said that on this podcast.
As much as I'm biased on the people that I like, I criticize the people I like.
Yeah.
So,
But Wayne right now is rapping like Wayne of yesterday. And I'm not putting him against,
no, I got
Jay.
you.
I'm just saying he's still at the helm of his people. Like with Drake and Nicki, he's still
he is, but I don't know. He's still not topping the old Wayne to me. It's hard to.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like he has so many classics,
but his
I have
bars
not
right
heard
now,
a new classic. Like
his bars right now, though, bro.
It may be so, but they just don't do the same. Like I remember the first time where I was at when I heard a Millie.
Yeah,
I remember where I was at when I heard 6 foot, 7 foot.
Yeah,
I remember where I was at when I heard Mrs. Officer. I remember when I heard No Ceilings.
Antonio, that was a few short years ago. Those songs. Can you remember how you felt when you heard Hove's last songs? Like how you heard those songs in the same vicinity?
You mean recently, other than God did? What do you mean?
Even in that vicinity of what you just named, the 6 foot 7.
Yeah, I remember when I heard a song cry. I remember when I heard Big Pimpin'.
That was prior.
Yeah, that
wasn't Hove of that time either, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I guess the latest tracks where I can remember, like
What I'm saying is, my point is that Wayne is still doing that.
No, facts.
And
that's why I wasn't arguing that. I was just
that.
comparing Wayne to old Wayne. That's it. No, I agree with what you're saying.
I got you.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think, so it was just a question I thought about, and I was just like, man, Cash Money is still, it's still under the same umbrella. It's still doing the same thing. And I thought that was a very interesting topic because I think when we look at rap labels, everybody starts to look at Bad Boy immediately. Everybody starts to look at, you know what I'm saying, Death Row, because you're talking about the greatest rappers of all time. But I'm speaking specifically on labels and what they've done and what they're consistently doing.
From inception to now. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And I think Cash Money deserves those flowers.
It's a good argument.
Those flowers, man.
I can't disagree with it. I mean, I'm with you. But my biased answer, I ain't giving no flowers.
And before we get out of here, just to piss you off a little bit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Your favorite rapper, Jay-Z, is on paper saying,
I'm listening.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. He has said that before.
Right.
Multiple times.
That's a fact.
I'm not saying that we coming close to the finish line, boy.
For who?
I'm not saying that we coming close to the finish line.
For who?
But your boy Nas.
Hold on, what you mean?
Nas
catching up?
Nas is on a hell of a run. Right now, I'm saying right now.
Oh yeah.
He's on a hell of a run.
Nas on steroids. I don't know what. Don't mess with Nas, bro. Whoever you are out there, do not mess with. What? Bro. Nas on steroids right now. Leave that boy alone. Whoever you are.
And I'm just saying he was a him. People like to say him. He was a him before the him talk. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
But this run.
Don't mess with Nas.
It's a hell of a run.
Hey, that ain't gonna piss me off.
It's a hell of a
as
run.
long as you can say somebody else, like newer people, I'm like, don't do that.
No, I'm just asking.
The gods could. Hey, the gods can fight with the gods. Whoever win.
Before I get out of here,
don't tell me a peon finna fight with the guy. I can't do it.
Antonio.
Can't do it.
Is the King's Disease 3 albums neck and neck with Blueprint? Let's just be honest. I know that's old.
That's a loaded question.
I know
bro.
because it's old.
That's a loaded question. It's old because, so put it this way. In the past 2 years, because it's been 2 years since all 3 King Disease came out, I've listened to way more King's Disease than Blueprints.
Mm.
But I can recite
everything from
definitely
Blueprint.
2 out of 3 Blueprints over
Yeah.
any King Disease.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's answering the question or not. If I had to go on a road trip and I have a choice and you gave me all 3 King Disease, I'm good. You gave me all Blueprints, I'm good. Like, there's no loss to me.
Ain't no loss. I
If
like
it's a
that.
tie,
I like
I'm
that.
gonna pick Jay-Z just because I'm biased.
I got you.
But
I get it.
you torturing me with Nas, I'm gonna say thank you kindly.
Like, that's not a bad torture.
Thank you. Like, so I don't. That's a good question though. I like that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I would
Something
pick
to think
Blueprints
about.
over it, but
Something to think
you're
about.
not gonna hurt me by giving me King Disease.
I hope Nas don't start another another.
He's on crack though. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Sometimes
it's not right.
you.
It's not right. No.
Sometimes
Nope.
you. Sometimes
Nope.
you find your Just Blaze.
No.
Sometimes you find your Swiss beats.
No. Hit Boy.
Sometimes you just rap.
No. I don't know what he's doing.
Everybody used to diss Nas for what?
Whack beat
Selection of beats and producers, but the songs were still crack.
Yeah, because his lyrics were monster.
That's it. Jay-Z always had the best producers.
Always had the
Timbaland.
best producers. He did.
Come on, everybody.
Swiss Beats, all of them. Dre, all of them, man.
All
he
of
cheated.
them.
He had to cheat.
He had the
Pharrell,
code. He had the code, bro.
Timbaland, he had the cheat code.
Hey, like I said, it's a sprint, not a marathon. We shall see. But it's very interesting talk.
Yep.
Very interesting talk. You got anything else for us today, bro?
Nah, man. To the listeners out there, have a great weekend. You know it's Easter, so we need to see those Easter fits, man. The cleanest ones, man. We appreciate it. Just be safe out there, bro.
I got one. We got one for my daughter. We got 2 of them just in case she spit up. You know how that goes.
She don't never spit up, bro. Don't disrespect her, bro. Don't disrespect
wild,
her,
bro.
man.
She wild.
People dying every day, bro.
They are.
So y'all need to start, planning some stuff, your bucket list, start knocking that out, all that stuff, man. Because this shit ain't. Everybody plans out the next day, and then they don't make it, right? So just start doing that stuff. Start doing it, bro.
You know what they say. You know what the saying is. If you think you got a plan, tell God.
Mm-hmm. You gonna laugh?
Watch them laugh at you. What you always tell the people, bro, before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, definitely, man. Keep y'all shoes by your feet. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, bro. We not playing. Come on, bro. We got plenty of interviews coming up too, bro. Stop playing with us, man. We not.
Facts.
If y'all ain't learning 4 years, bro, come on, bro. Stop disrespecting
What we doing?
us, dog.
What we doing, man? And we gonna get on that. Hey, to those people out there, we gonna get on that complex top, whatever that shit is, top pods or whatever. We coming.
I like that, bro.
Hey, we coming.
I like it.
Let them know.
I like it.
So, hey, and I'll tell them this.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
That's right. A Square Podcast, Wolfsman Beard Care Products, A2P for the promo code. Y'all already know what it is. It's the A Square Podcast for Antonio and myself. We out of here, y'all. Peace.